Hey guys, Mars here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we've got our TEQ LR GOGETA EZA full level 10 links. We're going to check him out here and see what he does. I haven't watched any of the early showcases or anything like that. I always like to do these as my first actual impression and reaction to what these units are doing, so I'm very much looking forward to this. I've seen a lot of people saying that this guy has the potential to be the new best unit in the game, which is certainly interesting. So yeah, in the base form, we infinitely stack attack and greatly raise defense for one turn on our 12 key super, and then greatly raise attack as an infinite stack and greatly raise defense for one turn as the 18 key. Key 2, attack and defense 200%, additional attack and defense 50 when performing a super, 40% damage reduction, change key spheres of a certain type to rainbow, 2 additional key with each rainbow key sphere obtained. Then we get an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super, additional 50% attack and a guaranteed additional super as long as we pick up a rainbow orb. Then we get an additional attack and defense 50% and an additional damage reduction of 20% for one turn from the entry turn or when HP is 70% or less at the start of the turn. So on the first turn, which is obviously now, we're getting that extra attack and defense and damage reduction. So we have 60% damage reduction as well as the infinite stacking. So we'll get our one orb here. I've got 4 links active. They've got 247k before they attack. So they're going to get, what, about another 125k-ish from the super. Plus we're going to get the Bulma support. And we get the extra 50% on super as well. So that's another. So they're going up to about 500-600k without factoring in all the super attack effects and stuff like that. And we're going to get the Bulma support here as well. But yeah, the rainbow orb changing is huge, and they only need one rainbow orb to get a guaranteed additional super, which for a stacking unit is obviously really good. So we're starting off straight away at 15 mil, or 14 point something, but close enough. The passive with the great chance was only an additional normal, which is a shame. And then 9.7 for the guaranteed additional. And then of course we could get the hidden potential, which we did not. Now bear in mind as well that with the release of these EZAs, there was also the Memorable Battle Movie Edition. I always get, because we have that memorial, memorial stones. Every time I go to say Memorable Battle, it's Memorable Battle stages versus Gogeta and Janemba. I'll have videos for them going up later, but they give you the unique skill orbs for these characters. So obviously those will help out as well. I haven't seen exactly what they are. I'm assuming, as they've been for most of these guys from this event, it's like a level 8 defense, and then the silver and gold are like a mix of additional and crit. I think the best build for this guy is full additional, because remember, we'll get to his details once we actually fuse into Gogeta, but once you fuse into Gogeta, he has guaranteed crits. So being a tech unit, he already has level 5 crit in his hidden potential, so any extra crit for him is just basically a complete waste of time, because he gets guaranteed crits regardless, right? So, alright, so we've got double trio on the same turn, which is a bit annoying, but it means we can get the, we'll now see these guys on their next turn with not only the, they only stack attack, they don't stack defense, but we'll see them on the next turn with the 2 lots of 77% additional defense, which is kind of crazy. I mean, most people considered that Vegito was way better than this guy. This unit came out after STR Vegito as the counterpart. There was obviously a very similar unit, but with some minor differences, like the HP restriction being above rather than below and stuff like that. But most people considered the TEQ Gogeta to be a lot worse than STR Vegito on release, so they were really disappointed because he came out afterwards, but people considered him to be worse. Whereas obviously now, I mean, it makes sense because he got his EZA way after the STR Vegito did, but from what I've seen from his details and stuff, he certainly seems better. Like the STR Goku and Vegeta in base before they fuse into Vegito in some of the tougher events can still take a fair bit of damage from attacks, even normal attacks. So alright, so, because we still don't have the trio on this rotation, so we still don't have the extra, we still don't have a proper slot 1 unit, which is annoying. I kind of want to keep you around, actually, for once we transform, so let's do that. Get a rainbow orb for you. They got 40% damage reduction, so should be okay here. At least from normals. We'll probably take some damage from this. Yeah, 200k. I mean, this is the thing. They're not a slot 1 unit, right? So, just because of the awkward starting rotations. I guess the good thing is now, with them making all of the difficult content infinite attempts, if you load into a run and you've got a really bad starting rotation, unless you're using like a niche team that you're kind of just messing around and it's going to be really hard to find another friend leader, you can just quit out and restart. And there's no penalty for that now, because obviously doing that before was super risky. Like, I've done it before for videos where I've had to quit out like a couple of times, and then it's like, well, I'll just have to stick with this rotation now because I've only got like 2 attempts on the event left for the day, and if I don't do it, then I don't get my video done. Whereas obviously now just infinite attempts on all of these events. So if you load in and you've got a really bad starting rotation, especially one where, like, if you've got no slot 1 units, so you're potentially just going to die. There's no point even loading in and potentially dying. You just quit and restart and hopefully get a better starting rotation. And now you can do that as many times as you want, technically, because you have infinite attempts on the stage. So, yeah, exactly. And it helps out for all the, if we're trying to do heroes attempts, because then we don't only have a certain number of attempts. Now we're only limited by the number of friend leaders we can find as to how many attempts we can have in one day. So, but yeah, the good thing is, it's funny because the physical LR Gogeta, he doesn't interact super well because they're on a few teams together, like Super Saiyans. Obviously they're on like Fused Fighters, but some of the teams that you can utilize them on, like the Tech Vegeta Super Saiyans team and stuff like that, it was always kind of awkward. If you transform the physical LR Gogeta, he obviously then heals, which can then put you in an awkward spot for the STR Vegito fusion, because they need to be below a certain amount of HP. But the good thing about comboing him with the Gogeta is, Gogeta, to get his fusion, you need to be above a certain amount of HP. So on the next turn, actually I think Gogeta was he in slot 7? Last turn was his first turn, wasn't it? So, but if we fuse, if we're below the threshold and we can't fuse with the tech Gogeta, but we can transform physical Gogeta, then we can just go ahead and do that, heal, and then the tech one will be able to fuse. So that's a very good interaction. A 6.5 million super turn 1. Wait, really? I haven't seen the stats or anything from the data download for the actual new event. It'd be interesting if they were, because people were disappointed with the new Blue Zone stages, like Gohan and Goten and Trunks. Like, people were hoping that one of those stages would be the new hardest fight in the game. It would be interesting if it was one of those memorable battle stages instead. But all of the ones they've released this celebration, one of the things that I think has made them a little bit underwhelming is the fact that they were all just one phase, which I'm assuming the new ones are as well, but I don't know. Alright, so Bulma. I should have been attacking Goku, so we could get some extra turns out of it, but it is what it is. Alright, so can we fuse now? I think we can. Yeah, we can. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll get you to attack Goku just so we don't kill him here. Let's get the animations on. So just to clarify, because I didn't show it before when we were talking about their passive, but it's HP 70% or more starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, which is cool. So even if they're on turn 2, they can transform on turn 4, which is good. So let's not forget to actually do it. But yeah, let's go ahead and fuse here into Gogeta.
Goku nor Vegeta. I'm the guy who's gonna stop you.
Alright. So, we fuse into Gogeta. And let's go ahead and look at his passive here now. So, His 12 key greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage. 18 key is greatly raised attack and defense for 3 turns, mega colossal damage, and greatly lower attack and defense. And then we have recovers 30% HP, because obviously you have to be at 70% or above, so you heal back to full regardless. Key 5 attack and defense 250%, additional 77% when performing a super, guaranteed crits, 40% damage reduction, change key spheres to rainbow, 3 extra key per rainbow orb, then an additional 77% attack, a guaranteed additional super, and guard as long as he gets a rainbow orb. Additional damage reduction of 40% and foresees enemy super attacks before attacking for 5 turns. So before he attacks, he has 80% damage reduction, which is crazy. And guard if he's got a rainbow orb. And then if you hit an enemy with your ultra super, you nullify unarmed super attacks. I do wish they'd taken away that you had to ultra super them first. And then he also has a high chance to dodge, but specifically against super attacks, right? Which is very interesting when it comes to like your rotations. It's like, you know where the super's going to be. Like, he's going to get supered here. We could put him in front of that super. Actually, this Gohan, I don't know if his counts as an unarmed because it's that weird Dragon Fist, but we're not 18 key supering him anyway. We're attacking Goku just because I want to see him get some additionals off. We got a rainbow orb, so we're getting a guaranteed additional super regardless. Now, obviously, we're not going to hit Goku because he just dodges everything, but... yeah, so even the additional is 19 million. Then it goes up to 20 mil. Bear in mind the 18 key from the 18 key is greatly raised for 3 turns as well, which means he keeps the buff into the next turn. So he takes double digits. He didn't dodge the super, but yeah, he... dodged. He just took it for double digit damage instead, which is pretty good. And then yeah, obviously this Gogeta has dodge, still has guard, so that's fine. Alright, I think we just take out Gohan here. So we can move on. But yeah, definitely seems like a very, very strong character. Like, having the ability to have guard and 80% damage reduction in slot 1. Like, his start of turn defense might not be insane, but then if the enemy's going to super in slot 1, he has a 50% chance that he just dodges it anyway. But because he gets that 3-turn buff from his 18 key super, we'll see what he's got at the start of the turn, because he's going to have that buff from the 18 key super carry over onto this turn. So see what he's at here. Hopefully Gohan does actually just finish him off, because he might need to get... We've got 2 STR units to end out the rotation, so we need to get crits in order to finish him off here. Because Gohan can hit hard. There we go. But yeah, he actually needs to get crits. Although I think getting the first crit is enough. So... alright. Okay, so... I've got the Bulma support on this turn as well. And the super is there. I don't know if this guy counts as having an unarmed super, but... let's go ahead and do this. So yeah, start of turn defense before Bulma's support, he's at 560k. That's ridiculous. Alright, then let's do this. Oh, damn it. I should have turned the animations off before I did this. Shout out to Zuffy G for re-upping his membership, Lobster Squad member for 36 months. Let's go. The 3-year badge has been obtained. You love to see it.
Your wish has been granted. Farewell.
Alright, so grab these for you. Gives everybody the extra buff as well. So we should see, because he gets that 3-turn carryover, it's not just the defense, it's the attack as well. So the fact that these guys are doing 21 mil straight away is pretty good as well on this active skill turn. But yeah, the attack should hit incredibly hard here from Gogeta. Let's see. Plus he gets guaranteed crits anyway, so... Remember, he's got over 500k defense start of turn. He gets a bunch on super, still greatly raises with his super attack effects, and then post super has 40% damage reduction and guard. So, pretty good. So what are we getting here from our boy? 35 million. Okay. That's while doing all of that other stuff defensively, having a scouter for 5 turns as well, which is huge. And he lowers attack, of course, as well. So 23 mil on the additional, which bear in mind, of course, we get an additional guaranteed as well because we got a rainbow orb. So yeah, so he seems pretty crazy. The fact that if you get him on turn 2, they can then just fuse on turn 4 is kind of insane. And then there you go. Look at that. There's the nullification. Crit for 0 right to the face. So there you go. There's Gogeta. He is an absolute beast. I could probably see the argument for him being #1 now when he's transformed. So it's kind of like the tech UI thing where in their base they're obviously still very good, but they're not #1. But yeah, once you get him transformed, he's definitely very crazy. So has the potential to be the best unit in the game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Obviously, he's not going to survive this turn, so we're going to end the video here. We won't get to see Gogeta on rotation again, because these guys are just going to absolutely crush Gohan. So let me know your thoughts on Tech Gogeta down below. Is he the best unit in the game? Let me know in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.